Good evening. Welcome to News Now on TV360. I'm Thelma Okoro. The Supreme Court has ordered the immediate reinstatement of Deputy Governor of Taraba State, Sani Danladi, who was impeached by the State House of Assembly in October 2012. In a unanimous judgment, the Supreme Court held that the impeachment panel set up by the House of Assembly to investigate the allegations against Danladi violated his rights to fair hearing. Justice Sylvester Nguta, who delivered the lead judgment, held that there seemed to be conspiracy between both the Taraba State High Court and the impeachment panel to frustrate the appellant. The Apex Court held that the two lower courts ought to have resolved the issue of fair hearing in favor of Danladi. Danladi was impeached about a month before Governor of the state, Dan Baba Suntai, was involved in an air accident. Garba Umar, who was appointed to replace Danladi, was later elevated as the acting governor following Suntai's ill health that resulted from the crash. A day after a commotion which broke out in the National Assembly, Vice President Namadi Sambo Friday summoned Inspector General of Police Suleiman Abba to the presidential villa in Abuja. Sambo summoned Abba to explain the role of the police in the fracas where tear gas was fired at the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Aminu Tambuwa, and other lawmakers by security officials. They were also prevented from sitting to debate a bill on the extension of the state of emergency in some northeastern states. The police boss was accompanied to the meeting with the vice president by some senior police officers. The Nigerian police has since defended its role in the invasion, saying it acted after receiving intelligence information that hoodlums would invade the National Assembly premises. He said the police cordoned the area and began screening all members and visitors in the premises before being interrupted by the arrival of the Speaker and his entourage, who it says evaded due process. Still on Thursday's National Assembly invasion, the Nigerian ruling party, the PDP, has called on the Inspector General of Police, Suleiman Abba, to investigate the incident that occurred in the premises of the National Assembly within the next 72 hours. PDP National Publicity Secretary Olisa Meto, in a statement Friday, said the sanctity of the National Assembly as an arm of government and citadel of democracy must be upheld at all times, adding that the matter should not be shrouded in controversy and mundane accusations. He added that while acknowledging that due to the security challenges in the country, security agencies are within their constitutional powers to search individuals and ensure only responsible and duly accredited persons gain entrance into the National Assembly complex. The party also said it wished to state that it was fully with the president in not condoning any act that might indicate that the police went beyond their bounds in the incident. Speaker of Nigeria's House of Representatives, Aminu Tambuwa, has obtained nomination forms to contest as governor of Sokoto State. He will contest on the platform of the All Progressives Congress APC, which he recently defected to from the PDP. The speaker picked up the nomination form in his home state, Sokoto, on Friday, 3 days after he dropped his ambition to run for the office of president. Tambuwa's spokesperson Imam confirmed on Friday that the speaker has obtained the forms. The coroner investigating the cause of the collapse of a building belonging to the Synagogue Church of All Nations in Lagos on Friday said he would leave it to the higher court to decide whether Nigerian preacher TB Joshua should give evidence in the ongoing inquest. TB Joshua, the founder of the Synagogue Church of All Nations, has twice failed to appear to give evidence at the inquest into the September 12th tragedy, despite being summoned. On Thursday, the coroner threatened to arrest him if he failed to appear before the inquest to testify as a witness. Oyetade Komolafe, the coroner, has now made the decision to suspend the summons after hearing a submission from Joshua's lawyer, who said a legal challenge into the coroner's jurisdiction will be heard next month. 116 persons died when the building collapsed on September 12th, and most of those that died were South Africans. They were visiting the church at the time of the incident. We'll take a short break now. When we come back, News Now continues.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on TV360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Welcome back to News Now. Nigeria's currency Friday depreciated further against some major international currencies at the official parallel and black markets. The naira slumped to a record low and stocks retreated the most in the world few days before the Central Bank of Nigeria's Monetary Policy Committee meets to review interest rates. At the official market, the naira traded for 158.41 naira to a dollar from 156.09 naira. Traded on Monday, November 17th. At the Bureau de Change, otherwise known as the parallel market, the naira depreciated by 4 naira to sell for 181.5 naira against the dollar. At the black market, the naira sold for 181.5 against the dollar from the 177.5 naira it maintained at the beginning of the week. The Nigerian sell-off came as investors weighed potential outcomes of an Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries meeting next week. The bank will give its decision on November 25th at the end of the MPC meeting scheduled to commence on November 24th. At least 7 people have been confirmed dead after a stampede erupted in a religious service held in a stadium, Zimbabwe police have said. 4 people died in the stadium in the central town of Kwekwe, while 7 others were declared dead on arrival in the hospital. The stampede occurred on Friday morning as thousands of worshippers, numbering over 15,000, rushed to the church after the service by popular Pentecostal preacher Walter Magaya. The preacher claims to be able to heal people by performing special miracles. Some witnesses accuse the police of blocking most of the stadium exits and then firing tear gas as people battled to get through the one open door left, a claim the police has now denied. Millions of immigrants living illegally in the U.S. will now be able to apply for work permits under a major shakeup unveiled by President Barack Obama. They include immigrants living in the U.S. for 5 years who have children staying legally in the U.S. Up to 5 million people are being expected to benefit from a reform package forced through using executive orders, which allows Obama to bypass Congress. There are estimated 11 million illegal immigrants in the U.S. Meanwhile, Republicans have accused the president of an illegal power grab. Republican Speaker of the House, John Boehner, has condemned Obama's use of executive power to force through immigration reforms. The conservative leader said the action sabotages any form of enacting cross-party reforms and damages the presidency itself. To sports now, Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger has revealed that he tried to sign Lionel Messi as a triple swap for some of Barcelona's top young talent. He also confirmed that he came close to signing Gerard Piqué and Fabregas into Arsenal also. Messi was 15 at the time, at an academy teammate of Gerard Piqué and midfielder Fabregas. The deal only worked out for Fabregas, who spent 8 years at Arsenal before returning to Barcelona, while Piqué joined Manchester United in 2004. Messi, who is now 27 years old, has gone on to establish himself as one of the greatest players in football history, with 375 career goals in 468 games for Barcelona. He has spent all of his senior career at the Nou Camp, helping Barcelona win 6 La Liga titles and the Championship League 3 times after the possible move to England failed to materialize. World Football Body FIFA has said it will hold a renewed review of an investigation into the bidding for the 2018 and 2022 World Cups after receiving intense backlash for the report. The step was announced after a meeting in Zurich between Chief Investigator Michael Garcia, who led an 18-month probe into the controversial campaigns of Russia and Qatar, and German ethics judge Hans-Joachim Eckert. The duo also agreed to release full copies of reports into alleged World Cup bidding corruption to the organization's compliance chief. The two had been at loggerheads over how much of the report should be made public. FIFA's Audit and Compliance Chief Domenico Scala will then put selected evidence to FIFA's Executive Council. The body will then evaluate which steps are required, leaving the door open to a possible revote. We've come to the end of news now. We thank you very much for joining us. I'm Thelma Okoro.